Greetings, welcome. I'm Luke Smith with RuralVacantLand.com, and I'm passionate about real estate, making real estate deals happen, and sharing. And so today I'd like to share with you about a deal that's happening right now. I got this deal, and I'm excited about this deal because it's fun to see new deals come in, right? And so this deal is off a mailer, and the person would like to sell um, 10 plus mobile home lots. And so for $66,000. And so that's like 6,000, a little over, let's call it $7,000 a lot with closing costs. And like, how the heck do I figure out comps on these things? There aren't any really comps in the area. Everything's bigger size. These are quarter acre lots. Everything seems to be bigger in the area. And there's nothing for sale. And the stuff that's sold isn't really exactly like this. And so I'm trying to figure it out. And I said, light bulb, I'll call the mobile home dealers in the area. So I started calling, and I called a couple of them, and then I got a Clayton dealer, this nice lady at the Clayton dealer, local Clayton dealer, and Clayton's like Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett style mobile homes, all kinds of finance behind them and everything. And I started asking about lots in the area. What are the cheapest, crappiest lots that people buy in the area? How much do they go for? And she said like $15,000 to $30,000. I'm like, oh, that's pretty nice. Can you find them? Does anybody ever get them cheaper? It's not really. Maybe 10,000, maybe. Rarely. You don't want to be there places. I'm like, okay. And how about homes? So when you get the home and you put the home delivered, two bed, three bath, something they can do FHA financing, marketable kinds of mobile homes, manufactured homes. What are they going for? How much is it to get it delivered, set up, and ready to go? And how much timeline does it take? And she says $130,000 to get all set up and ready to go for a new one in this part of the country, and 2 months delivery time. I'm like, okay. And do you have any examples? How are they selling? What are they selling for? She's like, yeah. So the closest one to your property is $189,000. It's under contracts right now. We had 7 of them in this neighborhood in the last year. Not the same neighborhood as my lots, but she said that's the worst neighborhood, that worst price ones. Everything under 200 grand is gone, but this particular neighborhood's not the most attractive neighborhood. So I got the worst of the worst was 189. And like, okay, so how long does it take them to sell? So everything's sold before it's delivered. So it's 2 months to buy the thing, just to get the property figured out and get them over there and get it set up, and they sell it in the meantime. They've got a broker that'll sell the thing in the meantime and make it happen. I'm like, okay. So she's like asking about the land. She says, well, we'd buy that land from you, or we'd joint venture with you. So Clayton dealers were actually willing to joint venture. They'll put the homes on there and they'll do the finance and split the profits. I'm like, that could be interesting. And then I said, so what is the financing if I try to do it on my own? And she said, well, 5% down, and $1,000 to get somebody to go look at the site, make sure it's all good. It's deposit, it goes towards the purchase price. If you don't end up carrying through and hearing the numbers and the story, the specifics of the site, and they keep the $1,000. I'm like, okay, so $1,000, and get it checked off, make sure it's going to happen. Great. And so they'll do finance on it. And I said, so 5% down. So when do I pay what, and how does it work? She said, well, if you already own the land, you can just use the land as the down payment. I'm like, oh, that's even easier. So I need help buying the land, get the land, use the land as a down payment, but then I got to sign a mortgage. So I do a 30-year regular mortgage to buy the home, deliver the home, set up the home. They cook in all the hookups and foundation, delivery, everything into the mortgage, and it's all included in the $130,000 estimate, and that they can go sell, 2 months later for $200,000. I'm like, I like those spreads. Those sound like good numbers. Are other people doing this? Yeah, other people are doing it in different areas around the region. That's what they do all day long. That's what they do. I'm like, okay. And so I got this property, and I'd like to do that, but I'd like to do it in the fund that I set up. I've told you about in a previous video or two, and I don't want to borrow money in the fund. So I made a call, and I got a partner who was willing to do the finance side, sign for the mortgage with Clayton, and split the profits with that partner. But we can take these $7,000 lots and turn them into, in a couple months time, a much easier to sell asset by adding the home to it, and the buyers can buy it with FHA financing and get a $50,000 plus spread out of it and split that up with the finance guy. Um, and so I like that. I like those kinds of numbers. I mean, some small part of that still multiplying the money in a pretty short amount of time. Not going to do them all at once. It'd be ding, 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 ding over time. One at a time, maybe two, and maybe the speed picks up depending on how fast they sell. But that's that's a beautiful piece of land. I like that kind of land. This land has all the utilities. It has the water, has the sewer, has the power, it has a paved street, and we can do these. There's a little elementary school up around the corner. People could walk over to the elementary school. Kids can walk to school from this location. It's a beautiful setup. It's a nice one that came in on the mailer, and I'm just excited and I want to share. If you guys are interested in partnering with me on this one, I would like to do it in the fund. I'm looking for accredited individuals, looking for $25,000 plus minimums, and it'll get mixed into this deal and other deals I'm working on. And I'll just keep sending out profits on this thing as it comes through. I want to send out bonuses to brag about the performance of these kinds of deals. So if you're interested in that kind of financing and those kinds of deals and joining in with me, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video down below, and you go to that link and it takes you to my website and it asks you to fill out a little form. The form's at the bottom of the page, and it's asking for your name and your phone number and the state, for your address. I wish I knew what state you're in because I got different regulations on different states. And I'd like to talk to you. I'll try to reach out to you as soon as I see you come through there. And feel free to call me too. My phone number is 760-274-7711, my cell phone number. I'll put that in the description below. And let's do some deals together. I'm going to keep looking for more, but I thought this would be a fun one to share and tell you about and watch it happen over time. As it happens, I can share more about the details of the location. And there we go. See you in the next video. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.